that. So Justin Fields, I'm told that's a quarterback. You wouldn't know that by the way he's playing, but they say he's plausibly a quarterback. There were a lot of NFL pundits who were massaging his toes and how great he was going to be. Boy, that take really didn't do so well. Anyway, Justin Fields talked with the media about how he had felt robotic on the field this season in the Windy City, and he wasn't playing his game. He added that he's at his best when he's playing off just instinct and not thinking too much. In fact, to prove that we are not making that up, here is that part of Justin Fields' rant here. Here's Fields explaining what I just said.
When you say thinking less, what do you think was causing you to think so much, maybe think too much?
Could be coaching, I think. But, at the end of the day, it makes it, they're doing their job when they're giving me, what to look at and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I, can't be thinking about that when the game comes. I prepare myself throughout the week, and then when the game comes, it's, it's time to play free at that point. So thinking less and, playing more.
All right, well, that was actually the second soundbite. That was what we call the money soundbite. I guess we just wanted to get to the money soundbite. We didn't need the lead-in. That was Justin Fields, as you heard, blaming the coach, right? That was him. You heard the quote right there. I wasn't expecting it. You probably weren't either. But he said, could be coaching, I think, is what he said. That was the quote. So after that, so we're going to jump ahead, Iowa, Sam, so hopefully you play the right one here. So after this, that story made the rounds. It bounced all over the place. Justin Fields came back later on and spoke to the media for a second time in a unplanned locker room scrum. He got the media around him, and he attempted to clarify the point that he had made earlier that had taken off all around the NFL media circles. Let's go to the audio tape and take a listen.
I love you guys, but, I get that you guys' jobs are to get clicks, so it's like when you take my quote out of context, when you just say that, if you paint the picture on the inside out, like, y'all are trying to split us up as a team. I'm not blaming anything on the coaches. I'm never going to blame anything on the coaches, never going to blame anything on my teammates. I will take whatever happens in the game, I will take all the blame. I don't care if it's a drop pass, it should have been a pass. Put it on me. But never will you hear anything come out of my mouth to where I will blame it on somebody else. In this organization, my teammates, never will you hear that. So I just want to clear that up and just know that, like, I need to play better. That's it, point blank. If y'all, that's what I should have said in the first place. But, I was trying to give y'all more details because I appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do, and I try to give y'all the information y'all want for you guys' job. So I'm gonna do that, and in the future, but I ask you guys just to put the whole quote out. Don't cut it up into words and pieces to make it seem like I'm saying something that I'm not.
Yeah. So Justin Fields now is giving a journalism class to the media. That's a fresh take. So let us discuss the question: do you believe Justin Fields' original statement or the clarification that he made? We just played it for you. So I've got Cherry Tree, Indiana Jones, and Iceberg. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a wanna get away kind of a day, which it was for the Chicago Bears PR department, who were working overtime in the spin zone. Spin, spin, spin. And also Justin Fields' agent. He got all these endorsement deals based on idiots on ESPN saying he was going to win the MVP, and he sucks. And so that now he's out there. Oh, it's the coach's fault. All right, so we got Cherry Tree, Indiana Jones, Iceberg. Justin Fields, I would recommend calling someone for help. I'm not sure who to call, but he was sinking into a demonic sinkhole as the day went on here, and he made a fatal flaw. Now, what was the fatal flaw? He let his guard down. He did the thing you can't do at the time you can't do it. He was honest, right? He audibled. He went into the George Washington cherry tree myth. He spoke with candor. He gave a frank answer. And just like the legend, which of course is not true, it's a fable, that George Washington, we've all heard that story. He got a hatchet as a gift. He was a little kid, and he went down there and damaged his dad's favorite cherry tree, and the father confronted him, and Washington supposedly said, "I cannot tell a lie." in that fable. When the Bears front office confronted Mr. Fields, and they probably told him, you can tell a lie, and you are about to tell a lie, and he must have claimed that he was a victim of malicious slander by the evil media. But I want to go back again to can we play that first clip that you played, Iowa Sam, here? Just the beginning part. Listen to the question and Justin Fields' response here. Listen to what he said very closely, just the beginning part.
When you say thinking less, what do you think was causing you to think so much, maybe think too much?
You know, could be coaching.
Oh, that's up right there. Coaching. Then Justin Fields, he ends up using the old gaslight trick, claiming that his words were taken out of context. The media manipulated his words, which, to quote Deion Sanders, is bull junk, is what that is. He said what he said, and that's it. Now, turning the page, but not turning it too far. What's really going on with Justin Fields at Hallis Hall? Now, I had very low expectations. I killed them on the first episode of Benny versus the Penny this season, and that's one of the few things I've gotten right. But looking at the evidence, Justin Fields, by his own words here, and tell me if I'm crazy on this, Justin Fields is admitting to the world he's uncoachable. That the Chicago Bears coaches, you might think they're incompetent boobs, and maybe they are, but the Bears coaches are trying to help him. They're trying to get him to that elite level at quarterback. I'm pretty confident the Bears coaching staff is not out there like, well, let's see how we can totally F up Justin Fields. I don't think that's the goal. They think what they're doing is helping him. But Justin Fields would rather do improv at the open mic at Chuckles Comedy Club on a Sunday afternoon. And it reminds me of that. Remember that scene from the first Indiana Jones movie? I know they've made a million of these things, but I only watched the first few because I'm old. But the first Indiana Jones movie, when someone asked Indy what he's going to do next, and he remember what he said in the response? He said, I don't know. I'm making it up as we go along. That is what Justin Fields just said. He's like, you guys can give me all these X's and O's and tell me to throw go routes and all these other, I will do what I want to do. That's Justin Fields in a very small photo of what's gone on here. Then the Bears coaches, ultimately they have no choice but to let it rip against Kansas City this weekend and going forward, because as a franchise, Chicago hitched their wagon to Justin Fields thinking he was a thoroughbred. And at this point, they hitched their wagon to a donkey is what they've done there. Good luck with that. Now, the last word, we're going to stay with the theme of deep dish Chicago pizza as we blatantly suck up to our many Chicago listeners, guys like Eugene in Chicago and Euphemie and all the legends there in the Windy City. I'd say Doc Mike, but he hardly calls anymore. Anyway, so the last part is, while Justin Fields was being charbroiled for blaming the coaches, one of the Chicago coaches exited stage right. You probably don't know who this is because he's not a household name, but a guy named Alan Williams, who we are told was the defensive coordinator of the Bears. I thought they didn't have a defensive coordinator because they really haven't played any defense in years. But this guy Williams submitted a letter of resignation. This is a week after he took a leave of absence, a personal leave of absence. Now, the head coach, Matt Eberflus, is going to take over the play calling there for the defense for the remainder of the season. But is there more to the story of the Bears defensive coordinator resigning after 2 weeks of the regular season? So the answer here is 1,000% yes. And my analysis of this, I am going to go with what we call the iceberg hypothesis. Now, what is the iceberg hypothesis? Here it is. That the iceberg, you only see about 10% or less of the iceberg. That's what did in the Titanic. But under this narrative, only about 10% is out in the public theater. The rest has yet to see the light, has yet to go above water. And in a 7-sentence statement, prepared statement, which likely did not even come from Alan Williams, maybe his attorney or someone from the Bears, he said he's taking a step back to take care of his health and his family. Now, there's all kinds of taboo rumors, very tawdry rumors involving the federal government being involved, if you look close enough in the naked city, which never sleeps. But eventually, whatever happened, and maybe it's benign and he's actually telling the truth and he's got some medical condition or something like that, or it's in a very dark place, but it's going to come out in the wash. And what we do know is the Chicago Bears defense is in absolute midseason form. It is a poop fest. The Bears have the third most missed tackles in the NFL, and they have given up the fourth most yak in the league, yards after the catch, which
Poop
means
fest.
they miss a lot of tackles, and you can complete short passes against Chicago and run. Vavoom goes the wide receiver's pass. Yeah, it's a hot mess.